Once upon a time, in a beautiful forest, there lived a young peacock named Pihu. Pihu was known throughout the forest for her stunning feathers. Whenever she spread her colorful tail, animals gathered around to admire her beauty. "You're the most beautiful bird in the forest," the rabbits would say. "You are truly special," the deer would add. But despite all the praise, Pihu was unhappy. Every day she watched eagles soaring high above the clouds. "I wish I could fly like them," she sighed. One day, Pihu looked at her reflection in a pond and said sadly, "What's the use of being beautiful if I can't fly high?" Nearby, an old owl heard her complaint. The wise owl asked, "Why do you compare yourself to the eagles?" "Because everyone admires them," replied Pihu. "They can reach the mountains, cross rivers, and touch the clouds. I can only flutter for a short distance." The owl smiled. "My dear, every bird has a gift. The eagle's gift is height. Your gift is beauty. The nightingale's gift is song. The parrot's gift is speech. Life becomes difficult when we spend all our time wishing for someone else's gift." But Pihu wasn't convinced. Days passed, and she became more frustrated. One morning, a terrible storm struck the forest. Strong winds bent the trees, and heavy rain flooded many animal homes. After the storm ended, the forest looked gloomy. The animals felt scared and hopeless. Seeing their sadness, Pihu had an idea. She climbed onto a large rock and opened her magnificent tail feathers. The sunlight broke through the clouds and reflected off her colorful feathers, creating a breathtaking sight. The animals stopped worrying and gathered around her. For the first time since the storm, they smiled. The forest seemed alive again. A little rabbit said, "Pihu, when we saw your beautiful feathers shining in the sunlight, it reminded us that brighter days always come after dark ones." Another animal added, "You gave us hope." At that moment, Pihu realized something important. She didn't need to be an eagle. She didn't need to fly above the clouds. She had her own purpose. Her beauty wasn't meant for showing off. It was meant to inspire others. That evening, the old owl returned. "So, Pihu," he asked, "do you still wish to be an eagle?" Pihu smiled and shook her head. "No, I finally understand. I was so busy looking at what I didn't have that I forgot to appreciate what I did have." The owl nodded proudly. And that is the beginning of wisdom. From that day on, Pihu stopped comparing herself to others. Instead, she focused on using her unique gift to bring joy and hope wherever she went. And strangely enough, once she stopped wishing to be someone else, she became happier than ever before. Morale of the story: don't compare your gifts with someone else's. You may not have their strengths, but you have your own unique purpose. The moment you appreciate what makes you different, you begin to shine. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Tales by Sajida for more heartwarming and motivational stories.